Morning, cactus people. Let's start off in the English way and have a moan about the weather. We've got 80 flood warnings in the UK this morning, so not that many. And I do expect that that'll mean we'll have a hosepipe ban in about a month, because we can't keep hold of the water. Anyway, it's cold and it's been wet and horrible outside, and I've done most of the inside job, so I need to be getting out and sorting the veg patch out very shortly. But in the meantime, there's a few things I can still sort out in the cactus house. I've been potting things up and taking cuttings and all sorts. But I had to go through yesterday and I selected a tray that we could all have a look at. Things that need a little bit doing, nothing exciting. So let's just have a look through each one and see what we're going to do to them. Now, first off, you can see down here we've got a bit of an Echinopsis pentalophus, which it was grafted. It was grafted onto an Apuntia, but the weight of it pulled itself off. So we've got a nice healed bottom part of it there, and you can see that was where the graft was attached. It didn't really attach by very much, that's not surprising, but he's still quite alive. So what we'll do with that one is we'll put it into a deep pot full of just grit, and we'll try and root him up. He'll put some roots out very shortly when he realises he's not getting any food. But this lot, I picked these out of the tunnel from my things to do shelf. This one is a Tephra cactus, and I think he's got a bit leggy. Probably wasn't getting enough light because it was under a shade netting out there. So what I'll do with this one, I'll take this off there. I'm in two minds. I might cut it in the middle and then root up two sections, or we could just have a long bit. So I'll have a think about that while I'm oh, you can see it fell over straight away. It's totally top heavy, so I can't do much with it as it is. It definitely needs sorting out. I'll leave it lying on its side. And the next one, this one's labelled Lilac Echinopsis. Now, I've only got one Lilac Echinopsis, and I've got a big pink one as well. So for this to be labelled that, I'm assuming this must be the only seedling I got off it a few years ago. And oh, maybe I've got two. There's another one down there. The top has been damaged at some stage, probably had a nibble by a slug, and it's grown multiple heads. So I think what we'll do with this one is we'll take the smaller heads off and root those up, and root that one into separate pots. A separate box that's already rooted, and then we'll keep this one as a stock plant. I'll keep the label on it so I know which one it is, because he's never going to be that pretty. But if we take the heads off, he'll probably grow more heads. So that's a good one for stock there, and it's got lovely flowers when it comes out, if that's anything like its mum. So that's that one. What I'll do, we'll go through these now, and then I'll do things to them, and then we'll come back in the second bit of the video. So we've got here Mammillaria carminae, red form, which is a lovely pinky red flower when it comes out. This label is usually from Pugh's cacti, which Mr. Pugh passed away a few years ago, but his company is still going. I think there's someone else running it. So lovely little plant, and he's got lots of pups on him, which he didn't have last year when I looked at it. So I think this must have been one that I've used for stock before, and I've taken the pups off it. So what I'll do is, I won't take the pups off this yet, but I'll put him into a bigger pot so he can get bigger. The pups are a little bit small, might be able to get those to root, but I'd be happier if they were about twice the size. So we'll pop that into a bigger one and let that grow on. This one at the back, I've only ever taken one cutting off my fairy cactus. What's the full name of it? Cactus tetragonus cultivated variety fairy castle, which is a quite interesting little monstrose type thing. but he's very slow growing, and the plant I took this cutting off isn't growing very fast, and it's quite obvious where I've taken the cuttings. It's healed, but it's not growing over the damage, so I'm hesitant to take any more off. That one is just a very small pot, and I'm just going to pot that into a bigger pot, so I'm not doing this one for sale. It'll just be a stock plant. So that's that one. And what we got here is it's a type of peanut cactus, Chamacereus, called Strawberry Fields, which is quite a chunky little peanut cactus. It doesn't put that many branches out, it does put a few, but it grows about this big and has some lovely red flowers on it. So what I'll do with that one is pot him into a bigger pot. I might be able to take this one down here as a cutting, so but that definitely needs a bit more space. And finally we'll come to this one, which is a little Cactus molinensis. This is very slow growing. I've got that one on the beds, which isn't much bigger than this. So what I'll do with this, again, pot it into a bigger pot, I think, and probably take these off as cuttings and keep that one as a stock plant. I don't think anything will be ready for sale this year, but he's actually grown quite well. I'm pleased with that, because other cuttings I've done from this one have just gone black and dropped off, so, and shriveled up and died. So pleased with that one. Right, I'll stop the camera there, do things to them, and then come back. And there we go. I've been waiting an hour or so for the rain to stop so I can finish this bit, but it seems to have gone off now. Alright, so what we did was I took some cuttings off the Lilac Echinopsis. I put a label in with that because they might get confused with something else. The Cactus, I'll know what they are. They're easy enough to identify, and they'll stay in here. I've coated the ends, the cut ends, with sulphur to keep the fungus out there, and they'll stay in here for a few weeks to callus over completely, and I'll put them into some grit to root up. And start at this end. The I forgot what is it, Echinopsis pentelophus. I forgot what it was for a second there. I've plunged that straight into some grit because that didn't need to sit and callus. It's been off the graft for about a month now, so that's nicely calloused over. So that can go straight into the grit to root up. And the Strawberry Fields likewise came off very clean, so that's gone into the grit. I've put dates on both of them. Now, the reason I put them in this grit rather than the other grit is quite simply, if it's in this grit, I know that that hasn't got compost in. I don't use this one as a top dressing. So if I see a pot with that in, it's just this pure grit. Don't know what I'm going to do when I run out with this, because I've not seen it in the garden centre for quite a while. But the others are top dress. That's just a normal decorative top dressing there, so that's the difference. And the little Lilac Echinopsis that had roots on it, I've put straight into compost, so you can see that's in compost. So that's the Echinopsis. Like I said, it's not going to look very pretty, but it'll be good for stock, and probably we'll get a decent flower out of it this year as well. And the Cactus molinensis, again a stock plant. That should produce a few more cuttings for me by next year. Likewise with the Strawberry Fields, I've put it in a bigger pot so it's got more room. It grows into quite a chunky little plant there, and has some gorgeous flowers on it. The Cactus, like we said, took the big long lanky bit off, and they're going to keep this one somewhere where it gets a bit more light so it doesn't grow leggy again. And finally the Mammillaria carminae, which these should grow big enough to take off the cuttings by next year, and it will form a nice wide plant in there, and have some lovely flowers on those as well. So what I'll try and do is dig out some flowers of the Echinopsis and the strawberry fields, and what else have we got there that's nice? The pentalophus there. If I can dig out some flowers, flower pictures from last year, just to add on the end of the video, it'll be a bit more interest. So alright, this lot are looking on to see what happens next, and with that I'm going to finish the video and go and put the kettle on. So thank you very much for watching, everyone.